Alright, this is Vegeta8259 again, and this is a response to the question, which do you prefer to shop at, online or at a local hobby store? Well, for me, I really don't have much of a choice, because where I live, there's really not a lot to choose from as far as model kits. Like, I live less than 2 minutes away from a Walmart, so Transformers and Marvel figures and stuff like that are covered. But as far as Gunpla, uh, really, I pretty much have to go online. Um, the only place that I can find Gundam model kits consistently is a chain called Hobbytown USA, and Hobbytown is great. Um, they're spread all across the country, and well, for me, the only problem about it is that it's like a half-hour drive to get to the nearest one, and so yeah, and even then, uh, different hobby towns have different model kit selections. Like, there's three that are about, each one is about half an hour away from me. They're all about equal distance, and one of them pretty much always has Gundam model kits. The other never has Gundam model kits, and the third one sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. Uh, so yeah, and even then, when I go to the hobby town that does have Gundam model kits, it's usually just a handful, maybe 20 kits or less, and they're usually overpriced. Not by too much. They're about the same price you would pay from a domestic online store like Gundam Store More Hobby Wave plus shipping. That's about the price you would pay from Hobbytown USA. I've only bought a few kits from them. I bought my 1 to 100 scale Exia from them. Uh, a couple of my 1 to 100 scale Endless Waltz kits I got from them. But really, I don't really use them for buying Gunpla. Hobbytown is great for model kit supplies because, well, it's a model store, and really most of the kits they have are like car and airplane model kits and trains and stuff. But they have lots of supplies. I mean, they've got all the tools you could need. They've got all the paints you could need. They carry testers, model masters, Tamiya. Um, I was thinking there was one more brand of paint they carried, but I can't remember what it was. I wish they would carry Mr. Color. I haven't been able to find a local hobby store that sells Mr. Color paint. But Tamiya is pretty much just as good as Mr. Color. There's only a few colors that Mr. Color has that Tamiya doesn't. But yeah, I use Hobbytown USA for buying model supplies. I hardly ever buy model supplies online. Um, let's see. Also, a good place to buy model supplies is Hobby Lobby. Michael's is alright. They only carry like a handful of testers, paints, and supplies. Hobby Lobby has a better selection than Michael's, I find. They have they don't have Tamiya paint, but they do have Tamiya model kits and supplies, and they have lots of scratch building stuff like styrene and brass tubing and stuff like that. So that's a really nice place. You can get airbrushes from Hobby Lobby as well, and Hobbytown USA. I don't think I've ever seen airbrushes at Michael's though. Yeah, they do have airbrushes at Michael's, just not in the modeling section. Anyway, but yeah, my just where I live south of Atlanta, Georgia, so my selection of local hobby stores is kind of limited. But so that's why I do most of my shopping online. And I mean, I find that shopping online is really convenient if you don't mind the shipping charges. Uh, I hear a lot of people complain about such and such site having really expensive shipping. And in my head, the way I see it, you're paying more for faster shipping. That's why I always use EMS shipping. It's the most expensive shipping there is if you're getting it from Japan, but you're going to have your model kits in like 3 days. And when you think about it, from Japan to my doorstep here in the US, halfway across the planet, in 3 days, that's pretty good. And it really helps for those big name kits that I want to have as soon as possible, like Master Grade Wing Gundam, for example, coming out in a couple weeks. Yeah, you can definitely bet I'll be getting that from with EMS shipping. Also, actually, I just ran out of stuff to say. Like Z said in his response to the same question, with online shopping, you can do pre-orders and stuff like that. And a lot of the domestic hobby stores, like Hobby Wave and Gundam Store and more, you can find a lot of good discounts, because Gundam Store and more is actually really reasonable as far as prices go, and I find myself using them more and more lately. And usually I just use Hobby Link Japan for like brand new releases, because Hobby Wave and Gundam Store and more don't get their new kits until like a month after they've been released. So if I want something brand new, I'll use HLJ. If I want something that's been out for a while, I'll use Gundam Store and more. Those are pretty much the only two sites I use nowadays. And then for harder to find kits, I end up having to go to eBay. Just like the Gundam Wing kits and Gundam X and G Gundam kits, some of those kits that aren't in production anymore, like you go on Hobby Link Japan, almost all of them say discontinued. So pretty much your only option is eBay for those. Resin kits, eBay is a good source for resin kits, as long as you don't buy from a seller that's going to charge you out the ass for them. Although there are other sites that are good for resin. So yeah, I guess that's about it. I do most of my, for Gundam model kits, I shop online. For supplies, I shop locally. So it's kind of half and half for me. So I guess that does it for this video response, and I'll see you guys next time.